Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M40 M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. It's located on the northeast spawn of Arctic region under the command of UK. Yes, UK. Well, he's in the Arty that's actually based on the M4. 8-inch howitzer on it, capable of 1050 AV. And I don't know why he did that, but he blocked the passage of that T28. And it looks like he's headed off to the northeast corner for his firing position. Well, this Arty has got an 11-meter burst radius, which means that it does cover a considerable area. And so even if you get a near miss, you're certainly going to do a lot of damage with it. And he's making his way up, being very careful not to knock any trees down, because that will give away your position. You don't want to give any impression to the enemy exactly where you are. And so he's going in, and it looks like the other M12 is coming up to join him. So he's going to have company in this little corner. Two Arty working together, and he's found a target, T-3485, but he's selecting an Oni. Fires a round in and gets a direct hit for 480 hit points with his first shot. And there's the M12 who's come into the same spot with him. Now, normally it's not a good idea having two Arty close together, and the reason for that is that two tracers are much easier to spot than one. And if you're an enemy Arty and you're looking for where the opposition might be located, the first thing to do is to check the usual spots, and that is one of the usual spots. And if they find one tracer, they might shoot in and get you by mistake. Well, we've got two T-3485s and an Oni, and they're both going after our T-3485, and he's relying on the T-28 to put some rounds in. We've damaged that Oni again, but he's gonna die because that Oni's just gonna push him off the cliff. Oh, there's gonna be an inevitable. Yep, there he goes, and he dies falling down the cliff, and the kill goes to the Oni, who's on his last legs, actually, to be honest, because he suffered a lot of damage. Yeah, he's receiving shells from all directions, which is a bit of a silly move for the Oni, really. I mean, he gets one kill out of it, but he's going to die very shortly anyway. We're going after the T-3485. We fire around. Oh, he's killed just before our shell arrives, and the Oni goes down as well. And suddenly we're 3 tanks up on the enemy. So although they got our T-3485, they've suffered in the meanwhile. And that SU-152 has gone to a rather obvious spot to snipe at the enemy from that little ridgeline down by the water. But unfortunately for him, there's not a lot of places he can go without getting spotted and shot at. And now we know where he is. Even with our reload time of 38.81 seconds, we're about to put a shell in there which will ruin his day. Okay, he's fired his shot. Lining up our shell, rounds out. That's pretty final. Yep, didn't reckon on an 8-inch shell arriving, did you? Oh dear. You would have been much more better off picking one of the other obvious spots to hide behind, which had a bit of security, such as a rock. There's a Progetto somewhere behind that rock. And we're counting down the reload. It's about a 3-second flight time, 3.2 seconds according to our aim mods. We use Aslains mods for recording these videos. The aim's fully dialed in, rounds out, here it comes. That might have done some damage, we don't know if he was still there. Okay, well, we're waiting to spot one of the enemy. Suddenly gone very quiet. Our guys are moving, but they haven't found anyone yet. Probably won't be long though. Oh, there's the Progetto. Suddenly become visible, and let's see if we can get a shot on him. Dialed in, mark the spot, rounds out, and he pulls forward just as our shell goes out. We'll probably have done some splash damage to him and definitely stunned him. Over in this corner we've got a Jagdpanzer IV. Again, this is a well-known sniping spot because there's a ridgeline there that enables you to hide from the enemy. But instead of going after him, he's going after the Progetto, and he does appear to have lost some hit points, so I think our shell did touch him because he's down to 66% now. He was about 78, I think, before. Okay, we're lined up, rounds out again. It hits the rock face, so that would have shielded him somewhat, but he probably was stunned. A little further up, we've got a Rebel Arise. He's 78% as well. We're not loaded yet, even though it's saying okay on the mods. Say we use Aslains mods. Sometimes they're not correct. And, oh, was just hit by our M12. So he's actually at this moment counting down his stun. Okay, we're loaded. And we fire a round in. And, oh, well, he only loses 42 hit points. And the stun was only increased for a little amount. Okay, going back to that Jagdpanzer IV. He's popping up every now and then to shoot at our Tiger Porsche. Okay, this will really ruin his day. Rounds out. Here it comes. Oh, yes. Very nice shot there. Beautiful shot. He was stationary to take his shot. He was probably dialing in on the Tiger Porsche just when the shell arrived. Now looking at a Poodle. The enemy's being slowly squeezed into their corner of the map. There's only 4 of them left now. And that Poodle's been stunned by our M12. Now, can we get a round into him? Loaded. Rounds out straight away, but he's going to pass the aim point. Yep, just got stunned by it. But he's caught between a rock and a hard place now. There's a T-34-100 behind him and Achilles in front of him. So he's trying to go around the rock the other side. And the Star is probably looking at him too. There's an STA-1 just a short distance away. Unfortunately, our M12 just stunned our own Achilles there. And yeah, that's a bad move. It's always a good idea to hold fire as an Arty until the enemies move far enough away from your teammates so you don't stun them by mistake. Oh, splash kill! The Progetto takes the splash, and that's him out of the game. Now we've got a Poodle down below. Can we get around into him? He was the one who killed our T-34. So it's now just the M12, the Star 1, and ourselves against that Poodle, a Lorraine 15550 and an FV207, and that FV207's got 3 kills, so he's obviously a very capable Arty player. Now, where did that Poodle go? I would reckon that a good thing to do would be to actually look at those ramps. Oh, we spotted 3 of the enemy, all 3, and 2 of the enemy Arties close together, rounds out on them. Here it comes. Oh, he gets 1. Gets the most difficult and dangerous of the Arties. Now the Lorraine, and he's gone down to the M12. So there's only 1 left on the enemy team, but they did manage to kill our Star 1. So it's now just that Poodle versus 2 Arty. And UK, is actually going after the Poodle, which is exactly what I would do as well. Try to get him, try to spot him and get a shotgun in, and let your teammate in the M12 shoot him from a distance if you locate him. So whilst he's trying to get at you, you've got somebody else trying to get at him, which he's not aiming at. Now I think that Poodle is probably headed north, and so we'll probably get visual on him. Oh, you won't get over these rocks very easily. Oh, very difficult. Best thing to do would be to move up from bush to bush. Now, I've mentioned about shotgunning before. The easiest thing to do is to hold your aim steady on the opponent and let it dial in before you shoot, but be very calm about it. Don't rush your shotgun the moment you see the enemy, because there's a chance that you won't get it right. And oh, this is very difficult. It's not the way I would have done it, but he slid down. I think I would have probably taken the heights over the that area, stayed up near B6 and tried to look out on the enemy. Either that, or I would have moved over to B4 or B5 to spot the enemy. There's just the possibility though. Oh, he is up there. Yep, that's where he was. And he's being hit twice so far. And the Poodle fired HE on the second time, but we know where he is now. He's definitely, yep, and UK has indicated to the M12 that's where we think he is, A5. That's where I would have said, I would have gone there, and I would have got a quick shotgun on that enemy, and I'm not sure if the M12 would have been able to hit him from that position. Well, he's down on hit points, he's down to just 82, but the question is, will the Poodle try to come around the rock this side? If he does, then the M12 will get a nice easy shot into him as he tries to take out UK. Yes, he is coming this way. There he is. And it looks like he's headed towards our teammate who's just fired it, and we fire in and we get a hit for 180, but the M12 is now vulnerable, so he'll have to pull back whilst we reload. And it's a long reload for us, so we need to get into cover. The Poodle will probably try to go after the M12 first. If he comes after us, well, we're halfway through the reload. Yes, he is coming this way. The M12 can see him. So will we complete the reload in time? Now, steady aim. Wait until he first appears and then hit him with the shotgun. And you should be able to splash him, even if you don't get the shot on target. A splash should be enough to finish him off. Here he comes. Now you can do it. Oh, the M12 takes the kill and wins the game. Nicely done. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a second class tanker from UK in the M40, M43. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15 in that one, and a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4. And he picked up a Stark's medal. He actually lost 2/3 of his hit points, received 2 hits from the enemy, and he did. 1 from HE, 1 from APCR. And he also was alive at the end of the battle to receive it. So, yes, he qualified for a Stark's medal. Let's have a look at team score. He didn't get the highest damage in the game, or did he? Let's have a look. No, he did get the highest damage in the game. He just didn't get the high caliber. So obviously it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool in total. The next highest scorer was in fact the Progetto on the enemy team with 2417, and then came his own Progetto with 2414, and then after that the M12 with 2057. They were all the tanks that managed to get over 2,000 hit points in total. When it came to kills, he got the highest number, but he shared it with the FV4207. FV207. They both got 4 kills apiece. Then came the Progetto on his own team with 3. And when it came to base XP, well, he's got the highest amount, 881, 866 to the Progetto, and 852 to the M12. He fired 13 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits, 1 penetration, 12 splash. Damage of 2,581 hit points, of which 2,401 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, both from the Poodle, both were penetrations, and he also did damage to 9 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 199 hit points and stun assist of 249 hit points off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 23,373 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 3,364 credits profit. He received 881 XP, got 2,644 from personal missions payout, and the total came to 3,966 experience points. So not bad that 2 Arty can take down a medium tank at the end of the battle. He did actually make a bit of a mistake, I think, sliding down that slope, as I was indicating at the time. I probably would have gone to the exact place where that Poodle was located, and I probably would have got a shotgun right in his face, which might have been enough to finish him off. And even if it didn't finish him off, I think the M12 would have got him the moment he went to the cap to cap it out, because he would have had enough hit points lost that the M12 would have been able to make certain of it. But it was a good game, and it was nice that UK was alive at the end of the day. Yeah, so if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button. Thanks for watching.